Hi everyone. I want to share with you how to create a Firebase database and a Flutter app, and then how to connect the Flutter app to the Firebase database, and some common do's and don'ts. Uh, I will share with you some tips which will make you safe from the common mistakes, or if let's suppose you are getting some errors, some common errors while connecting your Flutter app to Firebase, then I will share with you some of the solutions to avoid the mistakes. So if you type Firebase in your Google search, okay, you will get this link. Click this one. You're supposed to be logged in, and then click go to console. And when you go to console, if you already have your databases, so you will get it like this. So I want to change my another email. If you have already some databases, so you that will be displayed here for you. If you are the first one, otherwise if you are the beginner, then no database will be here, so you can create a new database by typing any name here. For example, um, Flutter database. Click next and continue. Select the country, select the account, sorry, and then create. It will take few seconds. Click continue. So this is the database. Now you see on the left hand side, no databases has been created yet. So you can click this all products, and these are the all different products that Firebase provides to us. So for this project, we will use authentication and Firestore. So click authentication first, and then click get started. You will get this all options for authentication. Uh, Click the email and password, make it enable, and then click save. The authentication database is created, but no user is here anymore. But no user is added at the moment. We will add user later on when we connect a Firebase. We will add users later on when we connect the Flutter app to this authentication database. Next one, we will enable or create the Firestore, which is the best database for real-time operations. Again, go to all products and scroll down, uh, select Cloud Firestore, and again uh, it will take few seconds. Click create a database, select a location, United States should be okay, then click next. Here is the rules that when, who, and these are the rules that who can add data to this database. So at the beginning, in a production mode, these are false. Okay, meaning to say everyone cannot read and write data to this, but we will start in the test mode, so this one we can add data to the database. So then click create, It will take few seconds. The database is created, and this database is basically like um, this database is basically a collection, and collection of anything, meaning to say collection of products, collection of user also can, but for user authentication we have a separate one. But uh, it store uh, it store different objects like product, documents, student, employee, and so on. Okay, so actually if you want you can add like this. So you see whatever collection you this will be the collection ID. You can make it ID. You can make the ID as auto ID like this, and then any next field you can define if you want. But we can do this automatically from the Flutter app also. So if you want to define, you can define, for example, like this name. It will be a string value. Okay, next field maybe email, but email is actually there, maybe like a price, just example. So this can be number. Okay, and if you want to add the values also, you can add the values from now. And sorry, this database is basically store collections, and collections means anything, for example, like a product, like a person, like a student, and so on. So you can define the schema of your database here if you want, but later on in a Flutter app you will have to maintain the same schema, or you can directly create from your Flutter app also. So if you want to create from here, you can click like this. So you can add the ID and click next. Here you can actually, if you want, you can make the ID auto incremental one. After that, you can define as many fields. This will be the schema, the structure of your database. And basically, it's about the collection. Okay. So for example, a field is, let's suppose, name of product, let's suppose. Okay, it will be a string value, and this can be anything, let's suppose mobile. And you can add a next field which may be price, and this can be a number, and price can be something like this. You can, in this way you can add as many field as you want, and you can save this structure. Okay, so in this way you can create your database. And once it is created, you see the data will look like this. So is a collection. Each collection is in the form of document. Okay, next I want to share with you how to create a Flutter app, and then how to connect that app to this Flutter database. So let's open Android Studio. I will create a new app, new Flutter project. Make sure Flutter is selected, and make sure SDK path is this one. Click next. You can check and uncheck as many variations you want. I only want Android one, so I only check Android, and here you can give a name. Firebase crude app, then click create. This window, let it open. Now if we want to connect this Flutter app to the Firebase that we have created, we can do this one just by you can do, you can search in Google, add Firebase to Flutter, and you go through this first link, and here if you go through, all the details are given here, but I have collected all this information in a small file. I will share with you. I have collected all this information. uh, I have collected all these commands from that page to make it easy for you. So we will go step by step, and we'll connect the Firebase. We will connect the Firebase database with Flutter app. So let's go one by one. The new Flutter project will be look like this. So if we open the main.dart, it is like this, the default uh, app. So our task is how to connect this Flutter app with the Firebase database. So the easy way, that open terminal and copy the commands one by one, that and apply here. For example, npm install, press enter. The default Flutter project is open now. So to connect this Flutter app with the Firebase database, I want to share with you some of the common uh, tips which can save you from many mistakes. For example, before going to do anything, you open the project structure by clicking the file menu and project structure. Here you make sure you see the SDK is connected. So you can select the latest API that you have installed using Android Studio. Another important point is the Java version. So you see, if you select the SDK, it can tell you that the Java version is, the path is this one, and it is Java 21. So the latest recommendable version of Java is 21. If you have installed higher than this one, it will not work with Firebase and Flutter. So if you want to know what Java version you have on your computer, there are many different ways, but I think the easy way, just go to setting and then go to apps and then installed apps. Here search for Java. You see, you will get here that what how many versions you have and which versions you have. Let's suppose you have version 28, 24, 21, 18 and 19 and so on. So all those versions will be displayed here, and I will recommend that only leave 21, the rest of all uninstall from here, just by clicking these three dots and click uninstall. So you get rid of all different versions, so it will save your time, and it will It will really save your time uh, and will not give you errors later on. So this is the way how to check Java and how to uninstall unrelated version. I want to repeat again that version 21 is the recommended version with Flutter and Firebase. Okay, so once you do all this setting in the project structure, click OK. Next step is that you go to your app, whatever app you have. In my case, this is my previous app, but go to Android and then app and build at Gradle, and there you change the NDK version to at least 27. If it is lesser than this, then Firebase is not working with that. So you go to your app and then Android and then app, okay, and then build at Gradle. So here you need to change the NDK version, this one, to just, sorry, so here you just change this NDK version by this one. Okay, next step, you go to Android Gradle and wrapper and Gradle wrapper.properties and change the Gradle version to the highest available. So how to do? You see, go here, Android Gradle, Gradle wrapper, and then Gradle wrapper.properties, and this one you can change to the highest one just by clicking it, and you can change by clicking this one, upgrade to this. Next step, you can change the minimum SDK which is required for Firestore is 23. So you will go to Android app and build at Grader and will change minimum SDK equal to 23. So app build at Grader minimum SDK, you see min SDK version, this one you change to 23. Save these changes, and after that you start connecting this Flutter app with Firebase. So how to do? Let's go step by step. Open your terminal, copy these steps one by one. I will share this with you. Next step, Firebase login. It will show if that you are already logged in. Next step, by the way, this process is called uh, CLI method, command line interface. Next step, if these two steps are optional, if you want to do, you can do it now to be safe. Otherwise, if you get any problem during this process, then you log out first and log in again. So I will directly go to the next one. If I get any issue, then I will log out and log in again. The Firebase app is open now. Let's connect this. The Flutter app is open now. Let's connect it to the Firebase. So open terminal. I have collected all these steps in this small file. I will share with you these all steps through the ellipse. It will take few seconds. Next step, Firebase login. Already logged in. Next step, by the way, this process is called CLI method, command line interface method. I prefer this way. There are other methods also, you can do it. Next step is the Firebase logout and login. Mostly when you are facing any problem while doing these processes, then log out and log in again will solve many issues. So I am skipping for the time being. Let's go ahead. This configuration process will add one extra file here with this inside this lib directory, which is actually the options for Firebase. So before adding to that, it will ask about the databases, that which database you want to connect from the data Firebase. So I have two databases, one Firebase apps DB and one Firebase uh, database. So using up and down arrow keys, you can select any one. So when you select anyone, then click press enter and it will select that database. And now which app you want to connect, because Flutter is um, Flutter can be compiled for Android, iOS, and so on. So you will have several options. So in my case, I have only Android. If you want, you can go up and down using arrow keys, and then using space key, you can select and unselect anyone that you want. But I only want Android, so I will select Android and then press enter. After this process, you will see another file will be added here, and that file will contain the configuration of the Firebase and this Flutter app, and that will make possible to connect the two apps, the database and the app. You see, it is added. If you open it, you see it is a default Firebase options, and actually it is about the iOS, the macOS, the Android, and so on. So uh, now next step, next we will add different various dependencies that we will use later on in this Flutter project. We need authentication dependency, we need Firebase core, and we need Firebase Firestore, which is the cloud Firestore, and we will need the provider for the state management. And once we do all these steps, then at the end you just do the Flutter pub get. So let's go and do one by one. Sorry. Next, Firebase auth. Next, Firestore. Next, provider. And finally, we will use Flutter pub-get to download all these dependencies and add to the pubspec.yaml file. And if you see, if you open this one and scroll down, you will get all the dependencies that we did. You see Firecore is added, base auth is added, Firestore is added, and provider is added. So now we are connected. This app is connected to Firebase. But how to use Firebase? The code. Now you see we can do like this. That open main.dart, and here make this main function async, and before anything, before the run app, we will use some coding to initialize the Firebase and initialize the Flutter widgets. As the Firebase operations are of type future, therefore we will make this await, and Firebase, sorry, Firebase dot initialize app, and before this and before everything means even before Firebase initialization, we will initialize widgets, widgets Flutter binding dot ensure initialize. So after this, you can check your you can run your app to test that yes, it will run without any errors. It means the Firebase is connected to the Flutter app. You see, I got the errors because I didn't change the minimum SDK. So let's quickly change this one. You will see in real time how to fix these issues. I have written all the steps for you here, so you can go through this one by one. Okay, so let's go to this Android app and build at Gradle. Android, sorry, app and build at Gradle, and here you can change NDK version to this. Next one, you can change this Android Gradle wrapper and Gradle properties. In this one, you can change to Android Gradle uh, app. Next one, Android Gradle wrapper, and this Gradle wrapper that properties. Here, this one you can change to the latest version available. And one last thing you need to change this one, the Android apps builder Gradle and min SDK equal to 23. Android app builder Gradle and min SDK, minimum SDK to 23. After that, let's check the project structure and make sure the SDK is selected, Java is selected. So, okay. Now let's try again. Is it running? Yes, change to mobile and then rerun again. Try. It will take few seconds. Now you see the app is running and everything is okay. It can work, but this is the default app. So we successfully connected Flutter to Firebase and we fix the issues that commonly appears